People are going to have opinions about what you wear. So does it matter? Unfortunately, the answer right now is still yes, it does matter, but not for the reasons you think. If you have already watched part 1 and 2 of this mini-series, you will now know that how you feel about what you wear is important when getting dressed of a morning. However, we do need to consider how we will be perceived by those around us when we dress in a particular way in the workplace. Now that we understand the internal and external impact how we dress has on ourselves from part 1 and 2, let's talk about the reason most of us don't dress in a way that's good for us, and that's what other people think. Let's be honest, it would be great to live in a world where people don't judge us by how we look. I am sure you have heard of the unconscious bias. The unconscious bias means people are judging us without even knowing about it. My controversial opinion is that the conscious bias also still exists. It's now mostly silent. If you have ever been turned down after an interview, there are 3 ways bias may have impacted the decision based on how you were dressed. 1, if there is an unconscious bias, they may not have liked how you looked, but can't explain why. This will result in ambiguous feedback like, you just didn't have the right vibe. 2, with a silent bias, they will know they didn't like how you were dressed, but are aware that it is unfair and usually discriminatory to tell you so. Instead, you will get generic feedback that you are suitable for the role, but they decided to go with another candidate. And then 3, an expressed bias is the only time you will genuinely know when your clothing had an impact on the decision. However, this is very rare and usually only happens when there is a strict dress code or industry standards they are adhering to. How you dress is a representation of your professionalism and how you would represent the organisation you work for. The leaders and the clients need to be reassured that you are the best person for the job, and how you present yourself has a large impact on this. Let's delve deeper into a bias that you are likely to have of a certain industry to show you how it can impact you as a customer. If you were to go to a cafe and your server had wrinkled, stained clothing, unwashed hair and dirty hands, would you be comfortable eating food that they served? If you thought no, then you would be with 99% of the population. You may not even consciously notice how the server looked. You may just get an uncomfortable feeling about eating there. Not only does this impact how you feel about the server, but this will extend to the whole cafe, even if the rest of the staff and the environment itself present in a clean and welcoming way. The business would lose a customer and its reputation could be impacted depending on how many people you share your feeling with or if you write a review. Therefore, the managers will be considering how servers look as part of their decision making when it comes to hiring and firing staff. Organisations are looking for people who will best represent their ideal customers. So how do you make this work for you? When you find your confidence style, make sure it is professional and suitable for your industry and organisation. This will allow people to recognise your professionalism, knowledge and experience subconsciously. I don't need to wear my Don't Mess With Me dress very often, but when I do, I get comments like, you look like you mean business, or you look very professional. Wearing bold prints or bright colours in professional styles is a powerful statement that will make you stand out for all of the right reasons, unlike the server in our earlier example. The biggest problem with bias is our tendency to want to conform to have a successful career. Rather than conforming to wearing the same black or grey suit that everyone is wearing, regardless of gender, find the combination that maintains a professional standard yet is empowering and an individual representation of who you are as a professional. If blazers are the norm in your workplace, try different colours, cuts or prints. If you normally wear a uniform to work, wear some lingerie underneath that makes you feel powerful. The most important thing to remember is to dress for you. As you start to wear your confident style, people are going to notice. You will stand differently, talk differently, and most obviously, look different. When people give you a compliment, the simplest response is to say, thanks. Accept it as recognition that you look more confident and professional. Don't let increased attention stop you from dressing in your confident style. Instead, use it to put your hand up for an opportunity or ask your boss for a pay rise. Now that you have learned how to find and wear your confident style, it is time to set your mind to reaching your career goals. Nothing can stand in your way when you are confident and professional. I would love to hear about your journey, so please share with us what you were able to achieve when dressed for success, or tag @peakwomen in your transformation on socials.